How's it going, everybody? I know it's been a while since I made a video. I know Caveman's been making a few videos and doing a few figure reviews, but I kind of want to make a video about this. This is basically a way in which to extract audio from your older systems. For example, like the Atari 2600, ColecoVision, Atari 5200, any of the Atari systems actually. Your Intellivision 2, Intellivision 1, anything that runs off your basic RF connections, how to extract audio from that. Now, I know, some of you may say, well, you can mod the system. So this is for those who don't really want to mod their systems, who want to keep everything as original as possible, and even run it through like an older, like maybe 70s or 80s model TV, possibly even some 90s that only have the RF connections available. And I wanted to make this video because I searched and searched, and it's really about using the right terminology in your search for your correct search results when you're trying to find this. But I kept searching for a demodulator, basically, which was something to it basically extracts the audio from an RF connection. Now it technically is a demodulator, but the correct term for this is a tuner. Now there are a lot of tuners on the market that you'll see, like if you try to type in tuner, if you go into eBay or anything like that, you'll come back with a bunch of results. Now the problem is most of those results are digital tuners, or they're for getting over-the-air broadcast channels. Well, this is an analog tuner. There's a few different ones that I've seen on eBay. The reason I went with this one is because, of course, I like the wood grain here, and it kind of matches my other electronics with the wood grain. But the way that it actually works is you would connect your RF cable. Now, what's really cool about this, you even have like the screw-on type connectors as well. So some of your even older TVs don't even have like the regular coaxial RF connections. They just have these little screw-on things. So you can even do that. So in my case, basically what I am doing, I would connect my system, my RF connection, into this, usually using the appropriate adapter. Normally, like with Ataris, you'll have like an RCA connection that will connect like to a coaxial connection. You would plug that in here. This would go out to the TV. I'll bring that a little closer for you to see. Okay. You go out to the TV, and then you would have these little connectors here, which is the RCA, and this would allow you to get home theater out of your older systems. And like I said, this can be done in the way of modding, so you could technically, like if you had an Atari 2600, get it modded for a composite, and then you would have the yellow, the white, and the red, and you could just run the red and white to a home theater or stereo system. But like I said, we're keeping everything original here. We have the RF would be the same. Like I said, you could extract the audio here. And then you got on the front here. Now this is something you would probably not, some of this you wouldn't use. I believe this was more so, of course you would set it to channel 3 or channel 4, whatever you have your system set up to. But then you kind of have like this dial here, which would fine-tune the channel. I did try to attempt doing this on some of my systems, and it really didn't do anything. Like I said, I think this is specifically for what would be over-the-air broadcasting. And I messed with this output level switch, and I really didn't notice any difference in that either. But that's not really why I bought it. I bought it, like I said, to extract the audio. Now, you may not need this to. One thing that I was ran into, like I have an older Sony CRT. Now, it has an auxiliary out port on it, and of course you can run RCA from that. But the TV that I'm hooking it up to, I have a Zenith Space Command TV. It only has RF. It does not have any kind of mic output or speaker output, auxiliary, anything like that. No RCA connections. So this would be the only route. Now, You can, like I said, there are other options on eBay if you don't want to go, say, with this particular one, you want something a little more modern looking. I believe there was a Sony on eBay, and the way that it actually works, now the only thing is it did not have these connections here, little screwdriver connections. This is like the really old school stuff right here. So you wouldn't be able to use those, but you would basically have an in for your coaxial, and then you would have your yellow, white, and red going out. So I'm assuming you could take the yellow and run that directly. Like I said, you could run that for coaxial. I think. I haven't tested that, but just keeping it old school. I like the way this one was. So I'm going to kind of show you how to connect this and how the connections will go when it's plugged into this. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've got everything hooked into here. Now, for this, so this is to the, I've got everything running through a combiner on my system. Sorry to get that in focus there. So I've got everything running through a combiner, and then I've got everything running out through here. So I've got the coaxial from my systems running into my in here, and then I have my out coaxial RF connection going to my Zenith Space Command. And then of course I've extracted the audio with the RCA red and white plugs here, and I have that running into my Zenith home theater system, so I can get audio. Now here's the thing about this. This is something you may be thinking as well, like, why would you want home theater for these old retro systems? I mean, it does sound better. It's not, I mean, I like it a lot better than, of course, the, you know, standard speakers on the television. Is it worth it? Well, that just depends. I mean, everybody's got preferences on how important sound quality is for these old Atari or any of these systems like the Intellivision, Atari, any of them. So, I mean, it's not the craziest sound quality anyways. There's not but so much you can do with them. But I still think it's really cool, though, and I think it's worth giving a shot, or at least, my personal opinion, I think it's worth doing. So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, and we're going to see what it sounds like. Now, your results may vary because I'm using very cheap speakers at the moment. I want to get some better ones. I'm not really wanting to spend a lot of money on some speakers for this, though. So my main thing was when I bought them, I actually got them at a thrift store, is that they were wood grain. So I got them with some wood grain speakers for, like, I think I paid $3 a piece for them. Like 2 of them for the right and left channel. But of course, you know, the main goal is I like keeping everything under the same brand. Even though this is a realistic tuner is what I have here, but I don't think Zenith made a tuner. So the idea for me is to get some of the Zenith, I think they call theirs Allegro speakers. So I'm wanting to get those to go along with this to kind of complete the setup. But I'm going to kind of show you how it sounds. I'm going to go ahead and set it up. Of course, you're probably not going to be able to hear the difference too much. I'll kind of go back and forth between the difference of the television and the home theater sound. Like I said, this is over a cell phone, so you may not be able to hear too much of a difference. We're going to do it anyways, though. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am back, and as you can see, I've actually got Mario running. So I know this is not an Atari system, but I'm using my top loader for this, which has an RF output. So right now I've got it going through the regular speakers here. And the reason I went with this instead of one of my Atari systems or something older like that was I'm having some issues, and I've got something actually coming in today. Turn this down for a second. So I've got something coming in today which is supposed to clear up some of the connections. I'm getting a lot of feedback because I'm running everything through a combiner. So I'm getting an amplifier in the mail that I'm going to test out today and see if that actually fixes some of my issues. I was just getting like a ton of static, and some days it's worse than others. But I was doing some research, and apparently on combiners you lose so much power when you run them through them, like 20 decibels. So I hope that does fix it, but we're going to go ahead and test this out here and see if we can. So right now I'm running through the speakers of the Zenith Space Command here. Time's running out too. So let's try the home theater. So in this case, what we would do, we would connect this on, but I'm going to go ahead and turn this volume down first. So, and like I said, I'm using like really cheap speakers, so if you hear some buzzing, of course, I need to get me some better speakers. So now we're running through the speakers, which is these cheap ones I got up here, the brown ones. Of course, I've got some really nice ones right there as well, but that's for my other system, the Yamaha here. But like I said, I got everything running through that. And yeah, can you tell a difference? So we got that versus, we'll turn this up. Of course, who knows, maybe it sounds better because I'm right up on them here. But no, the home theater does sound better, but I do got to get some issues fixed with the buzzing. Maybe get some of those nice Zenith Allegro speakers. But yeah, I do hope y'all enjoyed watching, and yeah, post what you think in the comments. I'd like to, because the thing was, I searched and searched for videos and tutorials on this, on how to actually do this, and I just wasn't coming back with a lot of information. I kept searching for demodulator, could not find anything at all, and just ask around a lot, forums and stuff, and finally someone said, hey, it's an analog tuner is what the correct term is for that. So yeah, if you're trying to find it, analog tuner, the one I have, this is a realistic high fidelity TV tuner, TV20, and I am through with it. Alright guys, thank y'all so much for watching.